Today's lesson is going to be pretty quick and simple since it's actually going to be repeating the same process that we did for our body 1 paragraph. We're going to be just taking a look at the second reason of our thesis statement for our body 2. So for today, we have our argumentatives checklist. This is the same one that we've been using for the past 2 lessons, so I'm not going to go through this again. You have this to refer back to, but just make sure that you're staying on topic while writing. So this is in eBackpack for you to look at. The second reference that you have for today is, again, the Dirty Dozen, Errors in Academic Form. This is a reminder that you need to stay away from first-person pronoun usage in your paper. So there should be 0, I think, I believe, I feel, in my opinion, any I, any myself, me, those all need to be taken out. So I was looking over some of the paragraphs that you've submitted already on eBackpack. For the most part, they look good. Some of you, however, are forgetting that you cannot use I in the PSSA writing prompts. So please make sure you skim over your work before you submit it for your body paragraph 2 and make sure that you do not have any first-person pronouns. For today, we're going to continue using the TIDE model, and the TIDE model is for body paragraphs in an argumentative writing piece. So again, we're going through 4 processes. However, there is a 5th one that's connected with the last letter in our TIDE model. So just as a review quickly, we should have our topic sentence. This is a sentence that shows your readers what the paragraph will be about. For this, we're going to be using pieces of our thesis statement, which we went over in video 1. You're going to introduce some evidence that you believe supports your thesis statement and that's staying on topic based on that reason from your thesis. You're going to show evidence and examples, so you're going to explain them. Finally, you'll discuss how these examples tie back to your main idea. And finally, you will use a transition. Transition is a sentence that is going to be leading you into the next paragraph and making a smooth transition over. Okay, so for today, I'm just going to take a look at the one that I've been doing as my example here, and then I will go quickly through it so you have time to work. I want you to focus on perfecting your body paragraphs today. So you should already have your introductory paragraph. This is following the tunnel model or the funnel model that we went through in the first video. And so I color-coded this for you. You still have this to look at. Last video, we went over constructing our body paragraph 1, which we know starts with our topic sentence, which is reason 1 of our thesis statement. So I've been highlighting these so that you can see what they'll look like. So for today, for body paragraph 2, you're going to be mirroring this body paragraph 1 and doing the exact same steps, except you're going to be focusing on your second reason from your thesis statement. So for body paragraph 2, it's going to be the exact same format that we're using, except this one is going to be, again, focusing on reason 2 of your thesis statement. So I'm going to be color coding this red so that you can see that it's following that second reason from my thesis statement. And again, we're starting with topic sentence. Topic sentence is you clearly stating what this paragraph will be about. Again, we're going to be using our second reason from our thesis statement. That should be stated as a sentence by itself. So I'm going to say here, I'm going to mirror my topic sentence from my body 1. So if schools only focused on a limited area of study, it could cause students who are interested in an area which is not being focused on to become disinterested in school. So that's going to be my topic sentence. Then I'm going to go into the same processes that I did for my body 1. I'm going to introduce my evidence that I have for this particular reason in my thesis statement. I'm going to introduce some evidence and some examples that go along with that. I'm going to discuss how that ties back to my thesis statement and to my original opinion without using I, me, myself. And then finally, you'll have a transition sentence. Now, I'm not going to go through this whole process again because there's a good example here in the body 1 paragraph. So you're going to be doing this all over again for your body 2. However, your transition sentence will be different for your body paragraph 2. So after body 1, after body 2, we're going to be going into something that's called a counter argument. So the only thing that's going to be different from the first body to the second body is going to be the transition here. So I'm not going to do new examples of these since I feel like you know what these are, but you'll do introduce your evidence. You'll have evidence and examples. You will have a discussion, which is tying back your examples to your opinion. And then finally, you will have your transition. So for this transition, instead of leading into the next idea, we're out of ideas because we only have 2 reasons in our thesis statement. For your transition for this body paragraph 2, you are going to be transitioning into something called a counter argument. And a counter argument is whenever you come up with the best reason the other side of the argument has against you, and then you address why it's still not as strong as your side. So for your last sentence in your body 2, you're going to create a transition into a counter argument. So to do this, you're going to let the reader know that he or she is about to get a new paragraph about the other side of the argument. So you're going to think of a sentence that transitions into that without giving the best reason the opposition has yet, because that all happens in the next paragraph. So transition could be, while these examples help support, and then I can bring in my idea that schools should not focus on particular areas of study. Others raise valid points about why it could be beneficial. Okay, so I'm not actually saying what the best point the other side of the argument makes yet. I'm just writing a sentence that is showing the reader that they're about to be changing topics here and going into the opposite of what I, the author, believe. So my example of a transition sentence for my body 2 is, while these examples help support that schools should not focus on a particular area or on particular areas of study, others raise valid points about why it could be beneficial, why it could or might be beneficial. So for today, in team time, your task is to construct a second body paragraph. And again, we're only using our reason 2 of our thesis statement. I'm color coding these in your notes. You have this here to look at in eBackpack. You're only using your reason 2 from your thesis. That should be stated by itself to create a topic sentence. You're going to introduce evidence. You're going to come up with evidence examples, elaborate on that. You're going to discuss how it ties back to your viewpoint. Again, you're not using I think, or I am showing with this. And then you're going to transition into a counter argument paragraph. If you have any questions, please see me before next Wednesday. This particular piece will be due next Wednesday. So please make sure you're staying on top of writing these paragraphs. It will be factored into your language arts grade. Thanks.